Good day, class. Today we will be looking at your formative assessment 1, and this is the brief for digital media convergence. So the dates in which you'll need to complete your assessment, you will have 1 week to complete your assessment, which will start on Saturday, the 10th of September at 8 o'clock in the morning, and it will close at 12 o'clock at night or 1 minute to 12 on the 16th of September, the following Friday. So please make sure that you complete your assignment during this period. How much time will you have? So this is an online assessment that will be worth 50 marks. There is a time limit of 120 minutes, which is 2 hours. You will need to complete this 2-hour assessment between the 10th and the 16th of September. You will have only one attempt to complete this timed assessment. So please, when you enter into the assessment, please make sure that you have internet connection or enough data, and that you are sure that you will not be affected by any power outages. All questions are compulsory and must be completed on Cole campus individually. So please make sure that you are prepared for all of this. What you will need to prepare for this assessment. So all the work that we will be covering in weeks 1 to 6, which is lessons 1 to 12. This can also be seen as module 1, 2, and the first part of module 3. You must also make use of the prescribed readings that we recommend for the lessons, or additional readings that are for you to read on your own time, the case studies in which we cover, the class slides for the lectures, any pre-recorded sessions with the lecturers, and make sure that you engage with the activities during the lectures, because these are little golden nuggets to what may be in your assessment. What will be expected from you? In particular, you will be expected to demonstrate your understanding of the following: the key concepts and processes relevant to digital media convergence, including causes, challenges, and implications to the South African media industry. So please make sure that, again, you look at those case studies so that it is more locally relevant to you, and of course other case studies that we cover during the lectures. Digital media convergence technologies used in production, distribution, and consumption of media content. So please ensure that you go and make use of the 3 C's and the 5 dimensions of digital media convergence. These are vital for your assessment. And then content management in a digitally converged media industry and sources of digital convergence content. Please make sure that you prepare all of these topics vigorously. The learning outcomes from this assessment. So this will also give you ideas to what it is that we'll be covering during the assessment, but again, please make sure that you cover all content. These are just your basic outcomes. So you'll need to critically define digital media convergence. Briefly explain the history of media convergence. For example, what caused convergence, etc., what the first example of convergence is, and so forth. Examine the 3 C's of convergence. So again, I reiterate the 3 C's, which is communication technologies, computer networks, and media content. Describe the role of media convergence in the transformation from traditional to new media. Again, this is vitally important and will be covered in lesson 2 and 4. Critically examine the causes of media convergence. So again, what led to media convergence? Was it a need in the market? Was it to streamline processes? What has driven this? Describe the importance of media convergence in an ever-changing digital media landscape. So why is it important for our technology to adapt to our needs, or for us to adapt to technology, and why is it converging? Again, is it to streamline the processes? Is it that there's a demand? Is it cost effective, etc.? Critically discuss the challenges and implications of digital media convergence. I would highly suggest you familiarize yourself with things such as policy, regulatory bodies, regulation of content, etc., and what the challenges are with convergence with regards to pushback with convergence, difficulties with multitasking, time consumption in your personal life, etc., etc. Critically examine the various forms of digital media convergence and convergence technologies applicable to the South African journalism, television, and radio industries. So in lessons 3 and 4, we briefly touch specifically with journalism how digital media convergence has influenced that industry and the various ways that it's applicable. Please ensure that you familiarize yourself again with case studies and local content. Critically discuss content management of media convergence. So this can be with regards to apps or creating of content, the management of that, or the policy, of course, again, policy and regulations. Investigate content creators in a digital converged media industry. So this can be with regards to you as a content creator yourself, marketing, or any industry or company that is involved with media content and that has diverged. So the mark breakdown for this assignment is, again, it is a 50-mark assignment. It will be split up into two sections. Your first section A will be multiple choice, 20 marks. So I'm sure that you can expect 20 questions. And then section B will be a critical discussion and application questions for 30 marks. I would highly suggest you prepare for short essays and argumentative essays within this area. All right, please make sure that you provide us with the 30 marks worth of content. In school, I'm sure you're aware that you were taught with for every mark, it's one sentence. Of course, that is not exactly a strict guideline, but definitely try and apply that when writing essays. Ensure that you can highlight your 30 marks when you've completed all your essays and discussions. Something that is very important, guys, just a heads up. There is a time limit, again, of 120 minutes or 2 hours on the assessment, and you will only have one attempt. The online assessment needs to be completed in one sitting. Once you're logged in, you cannot log out. So this is also why it's vitally important for you guys to ensure that you have enough data, that you have a secure internet connection, and that you aren't going to be affected by any power outages, because once it's logged out, whatever you have done will be submitted, and that will be your one attempt. Again, you have one attempt to complete the online assessments. The assessments will not be reopened once you have logged in. Okay, so once you're logged in, that is your opportunity to do the assignment. We are unable to open it for you again. Again, we have asked you guys to ensure that you do not have any disruptions during your assignments. What I would suggest is, if you are fearful of data issues, connection issues, or load shedding or power outages or anything that's unexpected, I would recommend attempting to do your assignment on campus. That is probably your safest bet. The assessment will automatically submit your answers once the 2 hours have been lapsed. So if you're halfway through your assignment, but unfortunately you run out of time, it will automatically submit what it is that you've completed. So please ensure that you prepare for these assignments so that you don't spend too much time searching through your notes or anything like that for answers or information. Otherwise, you might run out of time. So please manage your time. Remember, if you have 20 marks for the first section and 30 marks for the second session, that means that you should be spending more time on the second session than what you would in the first section. Use a computer or laptop to complete the online assessment. Please do not use your smartphone. It is not always user-friendly. I understand that it's easy to access and you're familiar with your phone, but the website is designed for laptop use specifically, and so will the assignment. So it may lead to you having to scroll left and right to read one question, and can lead to you missing answers or questions or getting them muddled up. So please make sure that you're using your computer or your laptop. Where will this be completed? So, of course, you will go onto Cole Campus and you will click onto the Digital Media Convergence profile, and you will then click onto Assessments. You can then click onto your Formative Assessment 1 and start the assessment. All right, please note you cannot view the assessment without starting the assessment, so please don't try and go and see what the questions are and think that you will complete it later on. Again, you only get one attempt. Once you've logged in to do it, you will need to complete it on the spot. And then remember, even though this is done online and it can be viewed as somewhat as an open book assessment, you still need to prepare for your assessment. Know where the content is and make sure you understand the theoretical concepts. It is much quicker to write something or to answer a question from memory than what it is to scour through copious amounts of articles, additional readings, or lecture slides for that answer. All right, so please make sure when you're making notes, you note the sections, you make your notes clear, and that you also learn those notes off by heart, because again, it is much faster to write something from memory than it is to look for the content and then to write down. Okay. So if you guys have any questions on your assignments or even during the lectures and things like that, the lecturers have provided our contact information on Cole Campus and throughout our lessons. You guys can email us, you can talk to us in class during our online sessions. I know myself, I will have a WhatsApp group for my class. I'm sure your lecturers will also have easy communication like that. Or you can also contact us on the Cole Campus inbox itself. But I do understand a lot of students prefer to rather do email and things like that, or to come and ask in person. And again, if you don't understand anything, or you'd like some clarification throughout the lectures, don't be shy to put up your hand and ask questions. It's a good way to learn is discussing the content, asking questions, figuring things out, and that is the best way that you will learn. All the best for your assignments, and please again contact us if you have any questions.